Welcome everyone to Vancouver, Canada on the West Coast. Such a beautiful city surrounded by mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Junior and Senior Grand Prix final here this week at the Doug Mitchell Arena on the campus of the University of British Columbia. The top 6 skaters battle through the Junior Grand Prix and Senior Grand Prix events are here
Canada
to earn the title. Live inside the building, Junior pairs coming right up, and I'm joined by Olympic team champion, two-time world champion, 7-time national pairs champion, Megan Duhamel. Megan, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, and I'm really excited to be here with everybody today for the Junior Pairs short program. If you were joining us on Facebook Live, we talked about the Junior Pairs yesterday in our broadcast. So let's take a look once again at how these 6 amazing teams qualified to compete here in Vancouver.
2018-2019. Le Comité d'organisation de patinage Canada.
In pairs, entering the final, ranked 6th with 16 points, is Sarah Fang and TJ Neyman of the United States. They were 6th in Richmond, Canada, and climbed into the bronze medal position in Ostrava, Czech Republic. A strong team looking to continue to improve consistency. Ranked 5th, Anastasia Polianova and Dmitry Sopot of Russia earned 22 points with the silver in Linz, Austria, and a 4th in Ostrava, Czech Republic. They are a strong team looking to get their season back on track. Ranked 4th, Panfilova and Dmitry Rylov of Russia earned 26 points with 2 silver medals, one in Bratislava, Slovak Republic, and another in Richmond, Canada. They are powerful, fast, yet elegant. They're looking to challenge their teammates for a podium position. 3rd-ranked team Xenia Akanteva and Valery Koltsov of Russia have 26 points from a 3rd-place finish in Bratislava, Slovak Republic, but they won the title just a few weeks later in Ostrava, Czech Republic. Known for their strong unison in their spins and other great qualities, they are definitely looking to finish in the top 3. 2nd-ranked Paulina Kostiukovich and Dmitry Ialin of Russia earned 28 points with a win in Linz, Austria, and a silver in Ostrava, Czech Republic. They are quick, agile, and strong, and looking to earn a medal here in the final. Number 1 ranked team Anastasia Mishina and Galiamov of Russia come in with 30 points from 2 wins, one in Bratislava, Slovak Republic, and the other in Richmond, Canada. They have superb skills and skate with solid confidence, and they are the team to beat.
Well, a very strong field coming into this event, Megan.
Yeah, we have 6 amazing teams, 5 from Russia, 1 from the US. They're all going to be performing similar elements today in the short program with a side-by-side double axel, a throw triple sow, triple twist, a hand-to-hand lift where all of them can vary once they're in the air and on the exit, but the handhold on the takeoff will be the same for every team.
You mentioned about the twist yesterday in our Facebook Live show. It's one of the elements you did not like, but you also complimented these teams on how well they execute that.
I do enjoy seeing a high-flying, easy-looking triple twist, even though I didn't do them myself. I have so much respect, especially for these young teams, to master a skill that well that's as comparable to the best twists in the world that we see at the senior level.
Megan, what's it like just moments before you get onto the ice, or you're antsy, you just want to get out there like we see these skaters here?
That's the worst part. I think waiting to get on the ice. When you're in your skates, you feel the most natural when you have the glide on the ice. When you're walking in your skates, it feels a little bit foreign and it feels funny. So you just want to get on the ice, get your feet underneath you, feel the edges, and feel the energy of the audience. That plays a big part into how we feel when we get on the ice.
There's a look at Xenia and Valery of Russia. Again, 5 Russian teams, 1 American team. Here they are. Sarah and TJ.
From Russia, Anastasia Mishina.
Look at Anastasia and Alexander. Now there's more junior pair teams than we've had in the past on the Junior Grand Prix circuit. A lot more teams, which bodes well for this discipline. Only 3 teams on this warm-up, Megan. We saw, of course, 6 men. We saw three dance teams, I suppose. Of course, it's a lot more dangerous. There's a look at the start order.
Yeah, we always go with at least 4 or less teams on a pairs warm-up. It does become a little bit dangerous with all the high-risk moves and body parts flying around. I don't think that you can safely fit more than 4 on a warm-up.
I like that. The body parts flying around. They're still attached to the body, but and there's the start order for this group, just on the ice for their 6-minute warm-up in this case. Take a look at some of the teams a little more closely in the warm-up.
And you were mentioning pair teams from all over the world on the Junior Grand Prix circuit. We do have 5 teams from Russia here at the final, but all countries were represented well on the junior circuit with pair teams from Belarus, from Austria, from Germany, from France, Canada,
yes,
China, Japan. It just turned out that the top ones came from Russia and the US.
That's a very good point. As I mentioned, we had a number of events where we had 18 pair teams in the juniors, and that was huge. That's just great. The ISU has been running pair clinics and seminars. They do one in Sochi, they do one in Berlin, I believe. They're trying to encourage all the countries from around the world to get involved in this discipline.
And educate more coaches in pair skating, where we have a lot more coaches around the world that are experts in single skating and in ice dance.
Well, to give you a compliment and every other lady that's in pairs, it takes this very special person, a very special lady to be in the pair event. Pure risk and guts and determination and love of flying.
Yeah,
except for the twist.
Yeah, I did love flying still.
Yeah.
I think that the pair girls generally have a fearlessness to them. They're gutsy, they're gritty, and they're go-getters. And it takes a special character to be a pair girl, and it takes a special character to be a pair boy as well. We're a unique breed in the figure skating world.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch a young team being developed because the coaches quite often teach the boy how to save the girl should a lift come down. There's a look at Anastasia and Alexander. Mishina and Galiamov of Russia. Top team coming in here.
Yeah, so there's a random draw for the short program. They qualified in first place, but they'll be skating in this first warm-up group.
And you were mentioning the size differential here in this case is not a lot, and you're so impressed with their twist, despite that closest in size.
Yeah, they have very explosive lifts and explosive triple twist, even though the difference in size between the two of them is not as much as some of their other competitors. They work with that very well. They have a solid technique. She's been skating pairs for a really long time and adjusted very well as her body changed as she got older. The pairs will do a throw triple sow in the short program.
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention, and it's done so beautifully by most of the pairs now, is knowing exactly when to check out. Look, you're 3 feet in the air, you're going probably 20 kilometers across the ice, you're spinning so fast, how do you know when to check out?
A lot of practice. And when you're off and you're not feeling good, that is something that the pair girls will really struggle with, knowing where they are in the air. And all of these pair teams have really big throws. So oftentimes the girls finished rotating their 3 rotations and they have to float down.
Yeah.
They have to know when to check out, but when to stay strong in their core to be able to hit a strong landing.
Yeah, it's sensing like I'm higher than usual, I better check out earlier, or I'm not as high, I better hold in tighter, or whatever the case may be. They have to read it, and you're in the air for not even a second.
And what happens in competition when you have a lot of adrenaline, for most people, throws get a little bit bigger. And I wouldn't say that the guy is throwing the girl any harder, but with that adrenaline and you're pumped and the blood is going and you want to do really well, those throws just get a little bit more oomph and they have a potential to go wild a little bit.
Hey, look, that's us on the screen.
Maybe we're supposed to be competing here.
I might be able to lift you past my waist. That'd be about it.
We wouldn't be very competitive with our triple twist with these teams.
That's for sure.
Something that I'm going to be looking for as we watch this pair's short program is the back outside death spiral. It's a skill that may be forgotten by the common viewers of skating, but it's required here in the pair's short program. And we've seen at the junior and senior level this year, teams having a hard time achieving maximum points in level 4. The back outside death spiral is really difficult for the girl to hold her core while getting low enough to hold a proper position. You need to have a lot of resistance between the guy and the girl throughout the entire death spiral. And you have to get down very fast from your difficult variation on the entrance if you want to get the feature for difficult entry.
Well, we hope we'll see some of those on the replays. We don't control the replays here. We take the world feed. We hope they'll pick some of that. Maybe not. We're not sure. But if we see that, Megan will certainly comment on that on the replay.
And you will see it in every team that's competing.
There's a great shot. The coach is giving some encouraging words. This young lady, bit of a smile of excitement to be here in the Junior Grand Prix final.
I think a lot of these skaters set their goal at the beginning of the season to just be here competing at the Grand Prix final. So a lot of them have already accomplished such a big goal that they set for themselves this season. And anything that happens here tends to become a bonus for some people.
Yeah, and the teams are so close, you never know. I mean, you might come in at number 6, but you might have a shot easily at the podium.
Skaters, the warm-up time has ended.
Oh,
Please
here we
leave
go.
the ice. Thank you.
La période d'échauffement est maintenant terminée. Veuillez s'il vous plaît quitter la glace. Merci.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first competitors.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez accueillir les premiers concurrents.
Representing Russia, Ksenia Akantieva and Valery Kolosov.
Well, Xenia 16, Valerie 17. They're coached by Ludmila Nikolai and Vasily Velikov. 66.01 personal best in the short program, earning that in the Czech Republic this season early on. Skating the short program in Stellar by Hans Zimmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, from Russia, Xenia Akanteva and Valery Kolesov.
Megan, your thoughts?
I thought that was a strong performance. They executed their elements, apart from the unison on the side-by-side spin, very well. I really enjoyed that back outside death spiral. There was great speed throughout. Their footwork seemed a little bit slow there at the end. They could have picked up their speed a little bit in the second half of the footwork sequence as a last impact on the performance.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's good that you said that. I felt that it looked a bit tentative at the end, and so therefore you may have felt the whole program was tentative. It wasn't all, but at the end it certainly was a little bit slower. That back outside death spiral, level 4.
With a very nice GOE, I really enjoyed that.
Beautifully done.
I really liked how his flexibility was showcased throughout that program on the entrance to the death spiral and in the side-by-side spin.
Yeah, good team. A little bit more speed and power as they get older, as they get stronger, but certainly have all the basics. Of course, all the Russian skaters such strong basic skating skills. We'll take a look at some of the elements here.
Very nice explosive triple twist. He gets a nice clean catch on her hips and so gently puts her down. And she comes out of this throw with that same gentle quality.
Look how straight that free leg is. It's solid, beautiful speed on the landing.
Good unison here on the double axel. Maybe a questionable rotation on the landing.
Yeah, she was under-rotated in the system that way. Level 4 lift.
All pairs will have the same hand grip on the takeoff of the lift, but once the girl is over the guy's head, they can change positions, change their hand hold as they choose to achieve that level 4.
Here's your death spiral.
They got a great tension between them. She arched down quite quickly, and she's on a big circle, and that's what you want in the back outside death spiral. The guy wants to keep the girl on a nice big circle.
Away from him as much as possible, right?
They
that
lost,
was on there.
Yeah, they lost unison as they changed position.
She changed it a little bit late, or maybe he was early. Let's blame him.
Something that does happen sometimes in the side-by-side spin, one member of the team is calling change, and sometimes the other person won't hear them call if the music is loud in the arena or the audience is loud.
Good point. 66.01 personal season's best. Let's take a look if they can beat that here.
The short program score.
No, it's a 62.04 for Xenia and Valery of Russia. They're the first team out. Pretty solid skate overall.
Very good score and skate to start this junior pair short program.
Please welcome the next skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing United States of America, Sarah Fang and TJ Neyman.
Well, Sarah's 19, TJ 18. She was born in Los Angeles, California. He in London, Great Britain, coached by Delilah Sappenfield. 58.90 personal best in the short program, earning that in the Czech Republic on the Junior Grand Prix this season, skating here in Vancouver in the final to Faroukas.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, from the United States of America, Sarah Fang and TJ Neyman.
Well, you could see on their faces at the end of that performance a little disappointment. They had some challenges throughout the big one, of course, on the twist. We'll look at that, but also some quality items as well.
Yeah, I think that they got shook up a little bit after that twist, but then they went back and landed a great jump, and it seemed like they had it back together, and then things seemed to shake them up a little bit. That's a tough way to start your program, especially when you come to an event like this, and they're probably hoping for a season best skate and a season best score, and right away at the top of your program you have such a big miss, and you know that your chance at your goal is done. It's a little disheartening to continue your performance, but I think that they continued with a good effort and a good attitude.
And knowing they can do it, they do it all the time. It's just that at that one moment, it just doesn't. It's a bit of a shocker. And when it's a shocker to you right at the moment, you have to carry on. That's tough. That's a hard part of competing in this sport, is keeping yourself psychologically focused on what is next, not what was in the past. Let's take
And they
a look
did
here.
a great job with that after the twist. Here's the triple twist that we'll take a look at. You'll see as she rotated, she was a little bit back in her rotation already. She didn't have her rotation in front of her. So when he went to catch her, she was off her heel and he didn't get a secure grip.
Quite far apart on that, but they got them done.
I was really impressed that they came around the corner and did those double axels so quickly after a mistake that they probably don't make very often. A little bit of over rotation with her upper body on that throw.
You can see they're a little out of synchronization, change of position, different times, but got that back on. And of course, many of these teams can read each other quite well. There's a look at the level 4 lift, group 4, and it is at a level 4.
She has a nice extension in her air position.
Those turns will smooth out a little bit as the year goes on.
She tried to keep her face calm. You can see that she kept on trying to get herself back to the place that she wanted to be at. She didn't give up throughout that entire performance. Neither of them did.
And that's the hardest part, but it's so critical. Every point counts.
And we don't see mistakes on a triple twist like that very often, so for sure it's not a common error that they
The
make.
short program score, 49.82
for Sarah and TJ, and that puts them currently into second place.
La note pour le programme court, 49.82.
That's okay.
Sont présentement en
Got a
Put
free
this
program
be-
to come back.
Yeah, put this behind them and go
Yeah.
for their season best in the free skate.
Please welcome the next competitors.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing Russia, Anastasia Mishina and Alexander Galiamov.
Well, Anastasia 17, Alexander 19. They're coached by Lyudmila, Nikolai, and Vasily Velikova. 65.22 personal best. Earned that right here in Richmond, Canada. Just suburb of Vancouver. They're skating the short program this afternoon to Party Like a Russian by
Yeah.
Robbie Williams.
We'll have a little bit of a different energy now coming with this team.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, from Russia, Anastasia Mishina and Alexander Galiamov.
Well, Megan, you could see on their faces at the end of the program, they weren't totally happy with that.
I think that was a little bit of a fight throughout from beginning to end. And a very similar fight. They both had to hang on to those double axles, actually identical to each other, which I guess that's what you want as a pair team, to have good unison. Looked like they were thinking throughout that performance.
A little discussion coming off the ice. I guess when you would come off the ice with Eric, would there be, hey, did you do this? Did you do that?
Oh, from me, yes. Yeah. Eric was always quieter. Yeah. I always had many things to say as I was getting off the ice. My brain was going, analyzing everything. I think that was overall a pretty strong performance for them, though.
Well, they're a strong team. There's no question of that. They've had 2 firsts on the Junior Grand Prix. But, you know, when it's a struggle, you feel that it was worse than it was, perhaps, you know, when you're having to fight for things.
She was a little bit forward on the throw landing. They both had to fight for the double axle. You know, that's half a point here, half a point there.
Yeah, it's not easy, so it's frustrating. You want it to be easier. Here's the twist.
The twist, very well done.
It's a level 3 in the system. There's the snow flying up too far forward, hits the toe picks, slows the momentum down on the landing. That'll affect the GOE, the quality score. They both had to fight, but in unison.
Yeah, a little bit loose in the core on the jump and throw. Well, I really liked this lift in terms of the position. That's very difficult for her to hold herself on one arm right there. It was lacking in ice coverage. You can see that he didn't get very far throughout the lift, and that's really what the judges are going to be looking for as they enter their GOE. The footwork sequence was very well done. They skate with good unison.
Nice unison here at the start of this, and a little bit out there.
It's a neat, unique position. I like the look of that as it matches within both the girl and the boy.
Well, not a lot of joy. They kiss and cry. They're a little upset with the performance. Just the little details, as we mentioned. 65.22 was her personal best. It's a 64.37 for Anastasia and Alexander, but they're still in first place.
La note pour le programme court,
But you can see she's still not happy with her performance. We get that. They're in first. I bet you they're going to be a lot better in the free program.
I think they know how tight this competition is going to be, and they wanted to outdo their season best to get themselves a nice, comfortable lead going into the free skate. We'll have to watch and see the other teams to see if they will be in the lead going into the free skate or not.
Please welcome the skaters of the second warm-up group to the ice.
3 teams entering the ice for their special introduction. Did you like this as a skater? Having this?
I didn't like it, but what I did enjoy was asking the other skaters if they liked this moment. I think it's because I was so trained to enter the 6-minute warm-up from the boards. I felt so thrown off when we arrived at a competition for the first time, and they said, oh, you're going on the ice at center ice, and you'll start the warm-up from there. I like routine, and my routine was leaving the boards for a 6-minute warm-up, but a lot of skaters did tell me that they enjoyed that.
Kostiukovich and Ialin.
All 3 teams here in this group representing Russia.
Skaters, you have 6 minutes for your warm-up.
What's interesting is that there's 5 Russian pairs here at the Junior Grand Prix final, but only 3 of them will be allowed to compete at Junior Worlds.
Yes.
So it'll be quite a battle at the Russian National Championships to decide which 3 of these 5 will be competing at the World Junior Championships later this winter.
And there's a look at the starting order for Group 2.
3 Dimitris.
Yeah. The popular name. Yeah, different spelling there for Dmitry. Yerevan.
I find it interesting to see how each team strategizes their 6-minute warm-up. Some teams like to skate on their own. Some teams like to go through every single element in the program. Everybody has a different way of doing it, and I really enjoy seeing each skater's routine.
And what was your routine? How did you and Eric handle it? 6-minute warm-up?
We warmed up very little. We warmed up only a double twist. In the long program, we warmed up only a throw triple sow. We saved the quad for the program. We spent most of our 6-minute warm-up skating individually. We felt more comfortable getting our legs underneath us like that. In the short, we didn't warm up a throw at all. We warmed up a death spiral. It always settled us and made us feel good. So everybody has something different. It's very interesting to see. I'm sure that was a gorgeous throw, even though the camera cut away.
I'm pretty sure it was good, yeah. Anastasia and Dmitry. He's a big, strong young man.
Very strong pair boy. She has a beautiful running edge of her throws.
Beautiful extension. Lots of flow. That's the quality score, quality item that the judges most notice is when you're running out of that jump, either in singles or in pairs, with lots of speed and flow. No ice chips flying around. You have to have such a strong back for that.
This year, with the throw triple sow in the short program, an edge jump throw tends to be able to have a little bit more ice coverage and running edge coming out of it, as opposed to when you're doing a toe jump throw. It usually vaults up and down a little bit more. It's harder to get that trajectory.
That was Oleg Vasilyev, a former world champion, coaching this team at the side of the boards.
Polina and Dmitry are the
Polina and Dmitry.
2018 World Junior Silver Medalists, as well as the 2018 National Junior
Second
Bronze
at the
Medalists.
World Junior Championships
They
last
placed
year.
first and second in their 2 Junior Grand Prix events in 2018 and qualified for their first Junior Grand Prix final. They are teamed up in June since June 2016.
Even though there's only 6 of them on the ice, sometimes there's some collisions.
They still find a way to get in each other's way.
Gorgeous triple twist. You'll see that they warmed up, they just did a simple exercise and went directly to the triple. They didn't waste time warming up a single or a double twist.
Let's talk the twist for a second. So important that the man catch the girl at the hips, that she does not touch him on the way down with her body or with the arms. That's a no-no.
Yes, we want to see a nice clean catch with good speed and good flow. The guys are also looking to drop their arms as the girl is over their head if you want to receive maximum points for this. The girl is going to want to hit a split on the way up into the rotation. And if they want to get a level 4, they might want to combine it with connecting steps into the twist or the girl rotating with the arm over the head. Those are the features that are possible in the twist. Those big explosive twists that all these teams are able to do. The guy gets right underneath the girl and is able to vault her up with maximum power.
And when you see those pictures, those photos of the girl, 4 feet above him and his hands down at the side, it looks completely gravity defying, which it is to a large degree.
Yes. And it's easier to get a nice clean catch when the girl is horizontal in the air.
The hips are right there for you.
Yeah, and the girl's core and body weight is balanced right over in front as a platform for the guy to catch her and put her down.
Now tell me what these young ladies are feeling right now. Of course, we talked a little bit about some of the elements they don't like. I mean, you didn't like the twist, but they may be something different for them. I mean, would you say that the ladies are a little bit more not uptight, but a little bit more nervous than the gentlemen?
I think that the girls probably feel more pressure because they do have the throw jump to execute, even though the throw is equal parts female and male. The final result usually relies on the girl's nice landing position.
That's true.
The skaters will want to leave the warm-up here doing exercises and elements that make them feel comfortable and make them feel confident. Some of them will do simple walkthroughs. Maybe they want to do one more element that they didn't do comfortably during the warm-up. And I mean, maybe they're just going to wander around the ice and gather their thoughts. Everybody has a different process.
Remember to follow us on all the social media platforms, and you can ask Megan any questions that you'd like, myself as well. I'll pass them on to Megan. There you go, hashtag AskISU. That's your questions. Love to have them for our Facebook Live shows every day at noon here, local time, on the west coast of Canada in Vancouver. Doing a Facebook Live, reviewing yesterday's events and looking forward to the events coming up on that day as well.
La période d'échauffement est maintenant
Group 2,
terminée. Veuillez
Junior
s'il vous
Grand
plaît
Prix
quitter
final
la glace.
comparison,
Merci.
short program.
Please welcome the next competitors.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains concurrents.
Representing Russia, Apolinaria, Panfilova and Dmitry Rylov.
Apolinaria, 15 years old, Dmitry, 17. Personal best in the short program, 63.92, earning that here week 4. In Canada, they're skating. Put a Spell on You by Annie Lennox.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, from Russia, Apolinaria, Panfilova and Dmitry Rylov.
What are your thoughts, Megan?
I really enjoyed that performance. I think that they have a great quality. Every one of these teams has gorgeous explosive twists, but theirs just seems to vault a little higher and float down a little smoother. I really enjoyed the ice coverage and the smooth turns that he was able to secure throughout the lift as well.
Those are all quality elements that are going to pay off in the GOE scores. Their personal best was 63.92. See if they can beat that here. The biggest competition of the year for them so far, but of course Russian nationals will be even bigger.
I felt like they connected to the music well, they connected to each other. There was a seamless quality, good skating skills. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Hard to put on a performance when you have all those difficult skills. Look at that twist. It's a level 3. But still beautifully done.
Very well done. Good quality. Gorgeous GOE. These double axels were a little bit far apart on different circles, but landed cleanly.
Yeah, nice flow on the landings. Here's look if they throw triple sow.
And she finished rotating so high, and she just had to float down without moving her core and keeping her body strong for that landing.
Watch the flow on his turns. He just glides. You don't see any scratch on the ice. No snow. Just keeps gliding. Great ice coverage.
Very nice ice coverage, and they were stuck in the corner a little bit, but still managed speed on the exit of that lift. The footwork also entered at a level 3. You'll see in some of the spin positions, they weren't actually matching in unison in some of their spin positions. Although the rotation was in unison, the positioning was not exact. The leg position, the upper body position, that's something that they can look to improve.
And now with that range of 5 plus and 5 minus, those type of small details count. Let's take a look at the scores. They're looking to beat a 63.92, their personal best.
Score.
And they got it. Season's best, 66.44. That moves a Polinaria and Dimitri into first. Two
La note pour le
teams.
programme court,
Get to skate.
66.44.
Sometimes it's so hard to read the skaters and the kiss and cry. I'm sure that they're really excited and proud to have a season best, but they remain very calm, especially her, not showing very much emotion or expression as the score was announced.
Oh, that'll come in the free program. Should that position stay there?
I'd like to think that inside she's like, yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing Russia, Anastasia Polianova and Dmitry Sopot.
Anastasia 17, Dimitri 20. They're coached by Stanislav Morozov. 59.80 personal best, earning that in Ostrava, Czech Republic.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, from Russia, Anastasia Polianova and Dmitry Sopot.
Well, they seemed a little happier at the end of their program. I mean, we just mentioned they got us a level 4 step sequence. That was great. I watched them all season. You did too. You watched them. They struggled.
Yeah, they did. We saw them fight through some performances and kind of fall apart at the end of performances. I feel like that's where they tend to struggle a little bit. We saw some unison issues there on the side-by-side spin. But overall, a strong skate.
This was good today. For the whole season, this was the best skate I've seen them deliver.
I think this should be close, if not, should be a season best. Their season best is 59.80.
Yeah, much improved. Well, you can see a lot more training, more detail in some of the elements, more patience. Here's a look at the double axles, nice and close.
I really liked the exit of this double axle, which they did as a transitional movement.
Yeah.
Camera kind of cut, but a beautifully in unison to finish off a nice axle.
There's the twist. Didn't get very high on that. It's only a level 1. So triple Salchow. Look at the extension of that free leg. Good speed coming out. 4 lift.
This lift was fairly well done. She has a very nice position in the air. You could have a little bit more ice coverage, maybe picking it up, the lift up a little bit sooner to cover the entire ice surface. Their footwork sequence was very musical, very light.
It's not often you see a level 4 step sequence in pairs, and they did. They got it.
Just going back, we talked about their double axle, but we see that it is indeed an under-rotated double axle, so they'll lose some points there.
Всем привет.
They mentioned one of their coaches is Stanislav Morozov, and boy, does Dmitry look and skate so much like Stanislav did. Stanislav skated for Ukraine with Tatiana Volosar for many years.
Take a look at the scores. They're hoping to beat 59.80.
The short program score.
59.28. Close. That puts Anastasia and Dmitry currently in the 4th place.
59.28. Ils sont présentement
So
en
look at the
4e
standings.
place.
One team yet to skate.
They're disappointed. They're going to go back and look at the paperwork and the computer and see where they lost points with the under rotation on the axle and the level 1 triple twist that
Veuillez
lost them
accueillir les
about a
derniers
point and a half.
concurrents.
Representing Russia, Polina Kostiukovich and Dmitry Ialin.
Polina, 15 years old, Dmitry, 20. She was born in St. Petersburg. He and Ekaterinburg, Ludmila, Nikolai, and Vasily Velikov. The coaching team 66.30 personal best, earning that in Ostrava, Czech Republic. Week number 5 of the Junior Grand Prix skating short program here at the final in Vancouver. To Survivor.
that was a really great performance. I really
Ladies and-
like their energy, and she's a feisty little
Ladies and
competitor.
gentlemen,
A lot of
mesdames et
fun to
messieurs,
watch.
Yeah, that's
from
good unison in
Russia,
their spins.
Polina
Great twist.
Kostiukovich and Ialin.
Good ice coverage. And there's a big smile. Mission accomplished.
You saw their coaching team has a few teams here. We've seen the name come up quite a few times throughout these 6-pair teams. They're clearly doing very good work at that school.
Yes, Ludmila, Nikolai, and Vasily Velikov.
I think they had 3 of these 6 teams, so popular place.
That environment is so important to have other teams, or in the case of singles or dance, to not be alone, to be with competitors that are equal to yourself or better, as it pushes you.
Yeah, you all push each other and you thrive off of each other's energy. If it's a positive place, you don't want to thrive off negative energy.
No.
But
Well, you wouldn't be thriving. There's a nice hug there. Feeling of, okay, this is what we came to do. We did it. See what the score is. Now, they have a 66.30 is their personal best. We'll see if they can beat that. Stay close to that. Let's look at some of the elements. Look at the focus on that young lady's eyes.
she looks like a driven character. I like her. Gorgeous triple twist.
How soft he let her down onto the ice. Good speed and flow on the exit.
Little bit of distance between each other on
But
those
she had to
double
fight
axels.
hard on that landing, and she got it done.
This throw is also a little bit wild on the landing. I saw them doing some throws today in practice with a similar bit of wild landing. They'll want to work on controlling that. This was an amazing lift. I love the unique quality of the pop on that takeoff. She changed positions so well timed to the music.
Well, it goes up in level 4, which is a hand-to-hand, flips into level 3, which is hand-to-hip.
And she only needed to grab her leg with one arm, but she chose to go above that and use both arms to grab it and just create a different shape in the air. I really enjoyed that lift.
There's step sequence level 3, so that's well done as well. And their final change combination spin came in level. Look how close they are. The unison was good at the start of that spin, a little bit off there. Good change of position. Watch and see her at the end kick that leg up with the smile as she's upside down.
Yeah, I think that this was the strongest performance from me today.
Yeah.
A lot of eye-popping quality and explosive elements.
That young
Good
lady,
energy.
she's full of energy, even in the kiss and cry. Season's
There,
best,
great score.
66.84. Polina and Dimitri. And they're currently in first place.
And he looks like he may have got hit in the lip at some point during that program. We didn't notice when that happened, but he might have a fat lip tomorrow in the free skate.
That happens on the twist sometimes, doesn't it? But I think she was clear of him.
Yeah, it might have happened on choreography.
Oh, great job by Polina and Dimitri. They sit currently into first place going into the free. Let's take a look at the standings. Polina, Dimitri, 66.84. Apollinaria and Dimitri, 66.44. Very close. Anastasia and Alexander, 64.37. Very tight in the top three.
Le prochain événement
And a
sera
look
le
at the rest of the
concours chez
field.
les femmes juniors qui débutera à 17h40.
Well, a fun event. Megan,
I really enjoyed that short program. There was a lot of great skates, quite a lot of season bests. That's what you want to see.
there's a look at the remaining time schedule. Junior ladies coming up shortly at 17:40 local time here in the west coast of Canada. That will be a competition you will not want to miss. So make sure you join us here for the ladies short program. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to follow us on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. For Megan Duhamel and the ISU at Red Brick Sports, I'm Ted Barton. Make sure you join us for the ladies short.
Watch. Walk like an English. Watch me swim.